Hey, what's up guys? It's Matt Steffanina, and you might know me from some of my dancing videos. But this is our brand new cooking channel. Now, if you know anything about me, you know I do not know how to cook anything. And that's why I have this guy. This is my brother Sam. He is a professional chef. He's here to hopefully help me, teach me how to cook something.
Yeah, I got you, dog. So what we're gonna do is a really simple fish, lemon butter sauce, and some veggies to go next to it. You can call it whatever you want. You can make up a fancy name, but it's really simple. It's yummy. You can cook it in like under 15 minutes easy, and it'll impress any girl you got. First thing we're gonna need is a white fish. You can take anything from cod, tilapia, or sole, and it'll all cook the same and it'll taste really good. 1 lemon, 1 bunch of parsley, salt and pepper, a stick of butter, any frozen veggies you want, a loaf of bread, and a bottle of white wine. Alright guys, the first thing that we want to do to get started cooking is we're going to come over here and we're going to preheat the oven to about 350. We're just going to start that off, so that later, whenever we're finished with everything else, we can throw the bread in there and it'll get nice and toasty for us. We want to get the pans heated up for the same reason. We're going to turn it up to about medium. Anywhere between like 4 and 6 should be fine. Next, I need Matt over here to cut this lemon in half for me.
You want me to cook?
Before you get started on that.
First time cooking. Cut a lemon. That's the task that I got.
You want to make sure before you cut anything though, that you throw a towel under your cutting board, because this thing will slide around, and if it slides, then you're going to cut yourself.
I need these hands.
Yeah, obviously.
These are pocket hands right here.
Now that we got that going, what we want to do is you want to cut about 2 tablespoons of butter. And what you can do is you can just read right here. It says 1 through 8. And if you just cut right on that line, you'll have 2 tablespoons right there. We're going to throw it in the pan that we just turned on. And we're going to let it melt. And so for veggies, you could make it really fresh, do a lot of chopping, buy a lot of stuff. We're not going to do that today. We're going to grab frozen vegetables. This guy's best friend, the small pan with butter that we had. We're just going to pour like half of these in there. All right, and we're going to turn this up a little bit to about 6. And we're just going to shake the pan. Just grab the handle, push it back and forth, and just let everything even out. And you can just leave that.
I got this.
There you go.
I don't feel like I'm cooking.
All right, guys, so back to the fish that we have. We're going to take that salt and pepper we were just talking about. We're just going to put a little bit of salt on there. Make sure you try and get a little bit all over the fish. You don't want a ton of salt in one place and then no salt on the ends or anything. And then Matt, would you mind doing the pepper for me, bro?
How much?
Just like the salt, you just want to make a nice like thin layer across the fish. You don't want to make it like a blanket, just a little bit here and there. And we're only doing 2 fish fillets right now, so we don't need to get all the ones below it, but we do want to flip these over and then do the same thing on the other side. So since I touched the fish, I'm going to come over here, I'm going to wash my hands up.
You're a dirty boy.
Then we're going to come back over to these veggies and we're going to stir them up a little bit, just like we did before.
Whoa!
Alright, calm down. Normally whenever you're cutting bread, your instinct is to just go like these little like rounds, you know, you're just like little slices. But here's a trick. Instead of doing that, if you cut it like oblong, I think is the word, if you cut it like really long slices, it's gonna look a lot better, it's gonna be a lot bigger, and it's gonna be fancy. We're ready to put that fish in the pan. So we're gonna let this cook on the bottom side for a couple of minutes, then we're gonna flip it over and we're gonna work on the sauce, okay? Instead of flipping all these veggies like we did a second ago, why don't you just grab a spatula if you're not feeling it, stir it around a little bit. If you have a sheet like this for the bread, that's great. If not, you can throw it in the oven rack and it's gonna be fine, okay? Now remember, we preheated the oven a few minutes ago. It should be all good to go. We're gonna throw it in at 350 and it shouldn't take more than, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes, something like that. Our fish is looking pretty good. You can tell because if you look at the edges, it's starting to get a little white and a little bit brown. It's sizzling away, that's a really good sign. The veggies should be done any second now. Matt, if you would be so kind, do you think you could season these veggies for me, man?
Yeah.
So guys, the most important thing about cooking for yourself or your girl is everything is to your taste, right? It's your meal, you can have it any way you want. Put as much salt and pepper in there as you like, but always err on the side of caution. Put less in and then take a bite and then put more in if you need it, okay? Don't throw a ton in there and then try it and find out you put too much. You look over at our fish, it looks like it's pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead, slide that spatula under it, Flip it over. You see we have a really nice brown color and it's still sizzling. That's exactly what you want. And we're gonna start on the sauce, okay? Take that lemon that you worked so hard on earlier, and we're just gonna squeeze it right into the pan. White fish is really, really bland, so taking some lemon will really make it taste a lot better, a lot more flavor, much more interesting. We're gonna take this, the parsley that we had. You want all this leafy greenness, just wanna hold your fingers way back and just rock the blade back and forth. Put a little bit of it in the pan. Every couple minutes, just come back, stir your veggies. They look like they're finishing up really nicely, so we're gonna turn this down to a low heat, which is pretty much as low as you can go before you get off. You just wanna keep it warm. Let's just make sure you check the bread. You want it to be golden brown, but you don't want it to be burnt, and I think we're looking pretty good right now. A couple more minutes. All right guys, so that butter that we put in the pan at the end is just melting. We're gonna stir it up just a little bit. Make sure we get it all together. Got that leafy greenness in there. That should be fine. That's exactly what you want. After that, you're gonna take some of these veggies, put a nice scoop on the plate, push them to one side or the other. Come over, we're gonna grab this fish. You wanna lay it over the veggies, makes it look a little bit fancier. And then you can take all that awesome sauce that we have, just pour a little bit over that fish. And getting some on the veggies is a really good thing too, because it tastes really good with it. So we have the fish on the plate, now it's time for the bread, okay? You can do whatever you want with this. You can put some oil, some butter, whatever you want to do on the bread. At the end of the day, it's going on the plate. You can do it however you want. Something like that, make it look a little fancy. Now the second thing you can do with that parsley we were talking about earlier is this is called a garnish. It's an herb that means nothing. You're not supposed to eat it, but it looks pretty. People throw it on all the time in fancy restaurants. I don't know why. I think it's stupid, but it looks nice and girls love that.
You're trying to have a romantic date night. You just made an amazing meal. Don't forget your wine.
Absolutely.
Or for our underage folks, maybe a nice juice.
I'm 22.
He's 22. Maybe an agua.
Yeah, whatever.
Underage. But we're talking about grown and sexy tonight, so we're gonna do a little white wine with this meal.
Here's one trick for buying wine for a girl. I have never heard of Glen Ellen Reserve. What you do is you find the cheapest bottle of wine you can with a name you've never heard of that sounds kind of fancy, and every time they'll think you know something about wine.
All right, so we did it, and it turned out really good, right?
Yeah, I think so, man. We were able to put it together in 15 minutes. I even had this guy helping a little bit, which was surprising, but you know, we did all right.
Flipping, shaking, I was grinding, and this is really something that, as I said, I cannot cook, and I could have made this by myself. It's super easy. We want you guys to try it out. Make sure you take pictures, videos, upload them, send it to me on Twitter. Let me see if you guys were able to make this meal. And this is our first video on the channel, so please subscribe. Let us know what you think. If you want to see more cooking videos, in the comments below. And we'll see you guys next time with another dope meal. It's okay, he's a professional, guys.
Come on, Stella, what are you doing to me?
That's called my stove is broken.